5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
During 2016, the Veterans Curation Program secured additional funding through ASA Darcy, which enabled us to do a lot of different things. The first and foremost is we've added 2 additional laboratories. We have the Colville VCP, which is located in Nespelem, Washington, on the reservation of the Confederated Tribes of the Colville. We also have the TDAR, or Digital Archaeological Record VCP, which is located in Tempe, Arizona, on the campus of the Arizona State University. Additional to that is the expansion of the Alexandria, Virginia VCP, which is now twice the size that it was previous. The Augusta, Georgia VCP has now been relocated and expanded slightly. So the net effect of all this is that the VCP can now employ an additional 25 veterans per year. In 2016, 68 veterans graduated the program. Of those, 94% moved on to permanent employment or are now pursuing their higher education goals. In 2016, 68 veterans graduated from the VCP program. Of those, 94% have moved on to permanent employment or pursuing their higher education goals. Combined, the 3 primary VCP facilities processed 159 boxes of artifacts and associated archival documents this year, bringing those up to federal curation standards in safekeeping and ensuring accessibility for generations to come.
Hi, my name is Bill Levins. I'm the District Counsel here in St. Louis. My counsel team provides legal services to all of the programs and all of the managers here in the St. Louis District. We have attorneys signed to all of the project delivery teams, to all of the lakes and the rivers, and we're there to answer any legal questions as they arise. The St. Louis District has had a pretty successful year, and I like to think that we've been at least a small part of that. We also manage 4 programs here in the St. Louis District: the Freedom of Information Act program, the Federal Tort Claims program, the Standards of Conduct program, and all litigation. We currently have 4 cases in federal court. We also practice before the Merit Systems Protection Board, the Armed Services Board of Contract Appeals, and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. We've been pretty successful this year in all the litigation, and I think we're doing a pretty good job, and we're happy about it. So our goal is to provide uncommon legal services to the entire district. I think we're doing that, and we look forward to serving you again next year. Thanks for your time and attention.
Hi, I'm Ashley Clifford.
And I'm Ashley Gardner.
And we're HR specialists in the CPAC. As you may or may not know, the Army has defined an 80-day hiring goal for our recruitment actions from start to finish. So what that means is whenever we get approval to hire a position, we're to work with management, and from the time that the recruitment action is started, we're to have a placement within 80 days. We typically meet this on average and have consistently met this goal within the past year and before that. So we're very proud of that.
We've even met this goal in the past year in 2016 with 2 people on maternity leave and 2 people out on medical. We've maintained our 80-day hiring goal with such a shortage in the office. We also have a customer feedback system that our customers are able to submit feedback to our supervisors, and we had a 92% satisfaction rate in the year of 2016.
One thing that our CPAC values is open communication, open door policy with our managers. We value customer service, and I think we show that we meet these high standards every day. In 2016, we went above and beyond in trying to make a positive impact and make our managers happy. It involved very, very close communication and coordination with them, especially with, as Ashley mentioned, the shortage in our office, the impending hiring freeze, and other issues that impacted the way we operated this past year.
Our awesome customer satisfaction has resulted in our teammates getting several awards and even an Employee of the Month.
We'd also like to, since we have you here, we'd like to introduce our new employee, Michael Dawkins.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike Dawkins. I'm taking over for benefits and workers' compensation from Jana Miller. If you have any questions, let me know.
In 2016, St. Louis District Programs and Project Management has put forth great efforts to strengthen our project management and business processes by creating and maintaining project schedules on all life cycle projects within the district. We as a district are moving away from managing our projects on a year-to-year basis, driven by funding with project execution as the metric.
The St. Louis District is actively trying to shift from being reactive to project events to a more proactive and planned approach at the PDT level. For long-term or life cycle projects typical to our district, the increased emphasis on life cycle scheduling allows us to more effectively monitor our commitments to our customers, evaluate progress, track key milestones, and budget over multiple fiscal years. It's always a challenge to single out one project when you think about all the great things we accomplish at the St. Louis District. But one such example where life cycle scheduling is being utilized successfully is the DOE Weldon Spring project. The Department of Energy has tasked the Corps to manage the design and construction of a new interpretive center at their Weldon Spring, Missouri site. Their current facility is outdated and does not meet the current or future anticipated needs of the DOE. This new 15,000 to 20,000 gross square foot facility will meet the expanding needs of our customer and their 20,000 plus visitors each year. The St. Louis District will be providing a full suite of professional services across multiple disciplines. The $10 million design, bid, build project is on schedule, is currently in the conceptual design phase, and has an anticipated construction completion date by the end of 2019.
Hey, this is Kevin Slattery with the Environmental Munitions Branch. I am the Chief of the Environmental and HCRW section here in the Engineering Division. And I want to talk to you today about the Eagle Zinc remediation project that we're doing for Region 5 of the EPA. Eagle Zinc's a site located in Hillsborough, Illinois, about 50 miles northeast of St. Louis. It's a 132-acre site that was predominantly used for zinc oxide manufacturing and leaded zinc oxide, along with the manufacturing of sulfuric acid. The site began use about 1900 and stopped manufacturing in 2003. What we're doing here in the district is we're doing the remedial action and remedial design assistance to the EPA. This past year we completed technical review of their remedial design and solicited for contract on the remedial action of the 132-acre site. Other highlights of the project that we did this year is a baseline ecological risk assessment, or commonly referred to as a BERA. This is sampling to see how the contamination has spread through the food chain around the off-site areas of the property. We've also done remedial design and delineation of contamination off of the remedial action property that consisted of approximately 15 residential areas and associated floodplain. This is really important to the district because this is the largest remedial design, remedial action project that we have done for the EPA to this point, and could lead to potential future work for the district.
Hi, I'm Tan Gates, EEO Manager for the St. Louis District. And in FY 2016, the EEO office accomplished so many great things. But one of the most significant things that I think is worth telling you all is that when Colonel Mitchell first started, he came on and I asked him to challenge us, and he did that. So I'm happy to tell you that the EEO office, St. Louis District, is actually the first district to service not only civilians, but we now service EO, which are the military personnel of the district. In addition to being the first district, we're also the first division, and we're the first in USACE. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Colonel Mitchell for challenging the EEO office. Not only are we doing great things on the district level, but we are called upon on the division, USACE, and Army levels to assist in any way that we can. Thank you, Colonel Mitchell.
Welcome to the St. Louis District Soil and Material Laboratory. The services we provide here are integral to the successful execution of the district's missions. We've also become known as a regional to national asset, which helps support missions across the geotechnical engineering community of practice. We are known as one of the top couple of laboratories across the entire suite of USACE laboratories. 2016 was again a year of extraordinary accomplishments and contributions by our experienced staff. Our lab received and processed soil and rock samples from over 300 borings, resulting in over 10,000 tests performed. Projects included Boy Brule, Metro East, Wood River, and Monarch Chesterfield levee districts. Test results provided add key value to relief well designs, cutoff walls, and the like. The St. Louis District Laboratory testing services include those for soil indices, soil engineering properties, rock properties, concrete, and aggregates. Our laboratory capabilities have grown to be recognized as a valued resource across the USACE geotechnical community of practice. Testing, training, mentoring, and startup assistance services have been provided to a growing list of districts that include St. Paul, Memphis, New Orleans, Savannah, Jacksonville, and Los Angeles. We are proud of our St. Louis District Laboratory, its extensive experience, and look forward to continued growth. We are happy to be able to share this with you today. Thank you.
My name is Joanne Wade. I'm the North County Project Manager for the formerly utilized Sites Remedial Action Program. FUSRAP addresses radiological contamination generated by activities of the Manhattan Engineer District and Atomic Energy Commission during development of the atomic weapons in the 1940s and 50s. Residues generated during uranium processing at the Mallinckrodt Chemical Works in downtown St. Louis were stored at the North County sites adjacent to Coldwater Creek. Over time, residues migrated onto adjacent properties and into Coldwater Creek due to flooding and heavy rainfalls. Coldwater Creek is part of the St. Louis FUSRAP program and runs through residential, industrial, and recreational areas. During investigation of the creek, we found contamination in 2 parks. In FY16, the USACE completed the remediation of Saintson Park and cleaned up a substantial portion of Duchenne Park. Over 3,400 cubic yards of contaminated material was removed from Saintson Park. Last summer, the Corps released the park back to the city of Hazelwood for recreational use. The St. Louis District has built a good relationship with the citizens of North County and maintained their trust to complete cleaning up areas where they live and play. These milestones are accomplished through the efforts of the St. Louis FUSRAP team.
In 2016, we worked closely with project managers and AMSA 137 to ensure that they were fully mission capable for their watercraft and docking services located in Tacoma, Washington. This 5-year, $2.5 million a year contracts provide augmentation to dock services and watercraft maintenance in Tacoma, Washington. Currently, we have completed 319 work orders to achieve fully mission-capable status. The work is fully funded outside the district, providing income to the district, as well as fostering long-term relationships with AMSA 137 and the Huntsville District.
Hi, I'm Ken Hayes, the District Security Chief, and I'm here to tell you about the 10 things that I did great this year. First, to start off, I did 9 physical security inspections at our project sites. These inspections make sure that the project sites are in line with the Army regulations for security, keeps us safe from terrorists and other criminals, and it helps protect our employees from harm. Yeah, on top of the 9 physical security inspections I did at our project sites, I was able to go up to St. Paul District. I did 26 inspections for them. Over 2,900 miles I drove, 6 different states. Got to see all their lock and dams, their lake projects, and how they do things up there, so it gave me another perspective on security from another district. Also, while I was up in St. Paul, I've spent a lot of time up there this year, I helped them with their higher headquarters assessment, or they call it now the Protection Program Review. I was a subject matter expert for operations security. I assessed their plan and their policies and kind of learned some things from them that we can apply here in our district. In line with that as well, we also had a protection program review here at the St. Louis District back in August. I had MVD and some other subject matter experts come here, and we hosted them. We're waiting for those results, and once we get those results, we'll fix any discrepancies that were found. Hi, I'm Sergeant Jonathan Banwa, and one of the things that I did this year was created an active shooter plan for the district. This plan helps everyone in the event that there's an active shooter in their facility, teaches them to run, hide, and fight, whether you're at work, at home, or out and about. Just remember these simple 3 little things and you should be good to go. Also this year, I drafted 17 site-specific security plans. Each one of these plans gives detailed instructions for each one of our field sites of who to call during an active shooter event, a bomb threat, or any other type of event to better protect the property and the assets and the individuals at that project site. On top of drafting all the site-specific security plans, I drafted up a new AT Annex and a physical security plan next to our integrated protection plan. Again, these plans help maintain security and safety of all of our employees in their day-to-day operations. And finally, I assisted ops in 10 inspections of our civil work projects. We reviewed and inspected the industrial control systems and the SCADA systems to make sure that they meet the minimum security standards required by the Army. Thanks, Sergeant B, for everything you do. All right, 2 more things that the District Security Office did this year is we attained a memorandum of understanding with the Surface Deployment and Distribution Center over at Scott Air Force Base to have SIPRNet access. This access allows us to get classified information via email or websites. That way I can get better intel and brief the command and downgrade it to where I can distribute that out to the field and maybe help people be more secure at their jobs. And the last thing that we're doing, and this is still ongoing, is we've acquired a Deers Rapid computer, which most of you would understand as a CAC office. It's not up and running at this time. We're still working towards some issues. We got some connectivity issues, but once it's up and running, it should save everybody a lot of headache and a lot of time. Instead of having to go to the Coast Guard or Jefferson Barracks, you can just come in to the office here and get a CAC card made.
Good afternoon. I'm Mike Rogers from the Operations, Readiness, and Regulatory Branch. We're a team of 400 dedicated individuals scattered throughout the area of responsibility, ensuring all 8 of our business line missions are met. We have a small element at the district office to include the regulatory and emergency management. The remainder of our personnel are out in the field, at our locks, our reservoirs, project offices, and down at our service base. In 2016, we swung for the arch in Operations, Readiness, and Regulatory. We executed $98.5 million in all of our business lines to ensure that all of our stakeholders and partners' needs were met.